What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a Cruel Fan video. It's a college football Saturday. It's the best day of the week. Even the Masters are going on. So in general, just a great sports week. And college football is here, although a lot of games won't be played. Upward of 12 games have been canceled because of the coronavirus. That's the main story coming out of today. The SEC in particular really getting hit hard. 4 different SEC games have been canceled. And maybe the worst news out of all of this is the fact that Herm Edwards, the Arizona State head coach, who is in his 60s, he has tested positive for coronavirus. So no good news there. Arizona State's game has been canceled, the only one in the Pac-12 so far, after 2 got canceled last week. So all around, COVID just hitting the college football world really hard, and in particular, a few matchups that had a lot on the line. Alabama, LSU. LSU's doing nothing this year, but the fact that Bama is undefeated, they're probably going to be the number 1 going to the college football playoff. An upset from LSU would have completely turned things on its head, just like the Notre Dame-Clemson game last week that I had Clemson winning and Notre Dame proved me wrong. So that's a big game not being played. Ohio State and Maryland, same scenario. This is just another game that Ohio State won't get to play. They were already on a short schedule. They want to make the college football playoff, so it's going to hurt them that they're not able to play. And then Texas A&M, they are a team that's fighting for that number 4 spot. If a second SEC team makes it, they are kind of the front runners right now for that, them in Florida. So that's a huge opportunity for Florida to step up, have an extra win. The Alabama, LSU, and the Texas A&M game, they have not been rescheduled yet, and they need those games to be rescheduled. So that's going to be something really important moving forward. COVID just really hitting college football, and it sucks. So we'll see if these games get rescheduled, and hopefully they do. There are 2 different games that I'm really excited for this weekend, and they both revolve around a little bit of quarterback revenge, quarterback redemption. Basically, QBs who played for a team, transferred, and now are playing them this weekend. So we start with Notre Dame and Boston College. First off, this game is intriguing because Boston College almost knocked off Clemson. Notre Dame did knock off Clemson, and right now Notre Dame is in the college football playoff. But if we know anything about the Fighting Irish in the past few years, especially with Brian Kelly at the helm, is that they love to upset and let down in the big moments. This feels like a trap game. They are coming so high off this energy last week, and their quarterback, Phil Dracovic, he was actually on the Fighting Irish just a season ago. Brian Kelly didn't want to make him the starter. He transferred out, and now he's at Boston College. He's putting up huge numbers in his first season there. And so you know he's going to want to beat Ian Book. He's going to want to go in and beat the team that gave up on him. 13.5-point favorites. That's what Notre Dame are right now. But I think it's going to be a lot closer. Who's going to win? I still side with Notre Dame, but would I be surprised if they let up here and the former quarterback gets his revenge in epic fashion? No way. In history, BC has upset Notre Dame when they are perfect in 2 different seasons, 2000 and maybe 1992. So this is something that I would expect. The second game is Arkansas at Florida. You all know Felipe Franks. He was a stud for the Gators, one of their best QBs since Tim Tebow. He is now Arkansas's quarterback. The Razorbacks were terrible a year ago, much better now. And Felipe Franks can get some revenge on Florida. I don't think he will, but I think this will be a shootout. It'll be fun to watch. And I just love when any old quarterback goes up against his former team. So that's going to be a good one in Gainesville. If you want to win some money, stick with me. 2-0 in our picks last week. I've got another 2 picks that I really like this week in the college football world. The first one is Baylor and Texas Tech. It seems like every game Baylor plays is going under. Texas Tech, they both don't have very prolific offenses. 98th in the nation is Baylor. 73 in the nation is Texas Tech in terms of points scored. And 20-mile-per-hour winds in Lubbock this weekend. So I don't like the point total here. It was set much higher than I thought, around 57. So I think there's a pretty good chance that that goes under. I do want to pick an over, though, and that is the Arkansas and Florida game. We have seen Florida's offense be able to explode. They took on Georgia just last week, one of the better defenses in the nation, and they put up over 40. I think Felipe Franks is going to want to keep this one close. It's going to be a shootout, and so 67.5 points is the over-under there, and I think it's going to fly over that, at least in the 70s. So those are my 2 picks of the week. Enjoy college football. Of course, we're not getting all the games that we want to, but the Masters are on, NFL Sunday, of course. But enjoy your weekend, enjoy the action, and we'll see you next week.